Audrey Hepburn said, and I quote, "Nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible." Nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible. Overcoming handicaps is something we must all learn how to do. In this video, I will teach you 3 practical steps to overcome your handicaps. You ready? Let's journey together. Nickness is seated, and this is Exegesis, your daily spiritual meal. I'm still teaching on the topic, Wisdom of Serpents. Wisdom of Serpents. If you are new here, I am your Holy Ghost filled exegete. In our previous episode, we learned how to use the powers of the mouth. In today's episode, we are looking at overcoming handicaps. Overcoming handicaps. Let's feed. Serpents are wise because they have been able to overcome their handicaps and flourish. But what is a handicap? A handicap is something that severely limits you. A handicap is a disadvantage that makes success more difficult. A handicap is a physical or social disability that makes your participation in things more difficult. For the purposes of our studies, let me read some portions of what it means to be as wise as a serpent by Bishop Dag. What it means to be as wise as a serpent by Bishop Dag. It's a powerful book. Get a copy and your life will never be the same. When you are as wise as a serpent, you will be able to master all your handicaps and turn them around for your good. Snakes are the most severely handicapped animals on earth because they do not have limbs. Snakes have poor eyesight, and so they have heat sensors that pick up vibrations. Snakes have no movable eyelids. Snakes also have no external ear openings. They are deaf, and yet they are able to sense things. They pick up vibrations from the ground. In spite of these handicaps, snakes have become the most successful predators on earth. They live and flourish where no other wild animals can live. They have worked around their handicap of not having legs and are able to go anywhere. They can climb trees, swim, they can even fly. Snakes can move equally well on the ground and under the ground. What a wonderful success story this is. In spite of not having legs, arms, or ears, snakes have been able to do what other wild animals cannot do. Most of us are handicapped in one way or the other. Remember that a handicap is a limitation that makes it more difficult to be successful. Your duty is to be as wise as a serpent and overcome your handicap. You must actually use your limitations to your advantage. The wisdom of the serpent is to refuse to succumb to the handicap you face. The wisdom of the serpent is to turn your handicap into your advantage. Serpents use the fact that they do not have legs to hide effectively. That is why a snake can live near you and you will never know. Serpents have developed special techniques for legless movement. The feared black mamba can move as fast as a 100-meter sprinter. Imagine that. The handicap of the serpent has been turned into its greatest advantage. If you are as wise as a serpent, you will not sit and cry about your lack of resources or any other handicap you have. If you are as wise as a serpent, you will not allow your problems and limitations to drown you. You will rise up with the wisdom of a serpent and use the very handicap to your advantage. 3 practical steps to overcoming handicaps. 3 practical steps to overcoming handicaps. Step 1. You must always assume the stance and posture of an overcomer. You must always assume the stance and posture of an overcomer. Numbers 13, verse 1 to 2 and 25 to 33. Numbers 13, from verse 1 to 2 and 25 to 33. It's a long read. The Lord said to Moses, "Send some men to explore the land of Canaan, which I'm giving to the Israelites. From each ancestral tribe, send one of its leaders. Verse 25. At the end of 40 days, they returned from exploring the land. They came back to Moses and Aaron and the whole Israelite community at Kadesh in the desert of Paran. There they reported to them and to the whole assembly and showed them the fruit of the land. They gave Moses this account. We went into the land to which you sent us, and it does flow with milk and honey. Here it is fruit, but the people who live there are powerful, and the cities are fortified and very large. We even saw descendants of Anak there. The Amalekites live in the Negev. The Hittites, Jebusites, and Amorites live in the hill country, and the Canaanites live near the sea along the Jordan. Verse 30. Then Caleb silenced the people before Moses and said, we should go up and take possession of the land, for we can certainly do it. But the men who had gone up with him said, we can't attack those people. They are stronger than we are. And they spread among the Israelites a bad report about the land they had explored. They said, the land we explored devours those living in it. All the people we saw there are of great size. We saw the Nephilim there. We seem like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and we look the same to them. We seem like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and we look the same to them. From this passage, only Caleb assumed the stance and posture of an overcomer. The rest of the men were cowards, and cowards die many times before their death. There is an overcomer's mind, and you must develop it. That is, with God, all things are possible. With God, all things are possible. Matthew 19:26. Stop magnifying the problem and overcome it. Instead of crying, think deeply and find solutions to your problems. Always remember, there is a reward for overcomers. There is always a reward for those who overcome. Numbers 14:36-38. Numbers 14:36-38 says, so the men Moses had sent to explore the land, who returned and made the whole community grumble against him by spreading a bad report about it. These men responsible for spreading the bad report about the land were struck down and died of a plague before the Lord. 38. Of the men who went to explore the land, only Joshua and Caleb survived. Only Joshua and Caleb survived. Revelation 3:21 says, to him who overcomes, I will give the right to sit with me on my throne, just as I overcame and sat with my Father on his throne. There is always a reward for those who overcome. Step 2. Depend on the grace of God. Depend on the grace of God. 2 Corinthians 12:7-9. 2 Corinthians 12:7-9 says, even though I have received such wonderful revelations from God, so to keep me from becoming proud, I was given a thorn in my flesh, a messenger from Satan to torment me and keep me from becoming proud. Verse 3. 3 different times I begged the Lord to take it away. Each time he said, my grace is all you need. My power works best in weakness. 3 different times I begged the Lord to take it away. Each time he said, my grace is all you need. In your limitations, depend on the grace of God. That is all you need. 1 Corinthians 15:10, Paul says, but by the grace of God, I am what I am. Always depend on the grace of God, because by strength shall no man prevail. By strength shall no man prevail. 1 Samuel 2:9. Step 3. Learn to endure learn to suffer long. Learn to endure. Learn to suffer long. 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 3 says, endure hardship with us like a good soldier of Jesus Christ. Endure hardship with us like a good soldier of Jesus Christ. 2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 17 to 18. 2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 17 to 18 says, for our present troubles are small and won't last very long. Yet they produce for us a glory that vastly outweighs them and will last forever. Verse 18. So we do not look at the troubles we can see now. Rather, we fix our gaze on things that cannot be seen. For the things we see now will soon be gone, but the things we cannot see will last forever. For our present troubles are small and won't last very long. Sometimes you just have to endure a little bit and everything will normalize. Endurance takes you beyond your limitations. Develop the mind of an overcomer. Depend on God's grace and learn to endure hardship a little bit, because that is how you overcome handicaps in life. Develop the mind of an overcomer. Depend on God's grace and learn to endure hardship just a little bit, because that is how you overcome handicaps in life. Okay, this is all time will allow us for today. If you are blessed by this video, kindly hit the like button, leave a comment, and share the link for others to enjoy. Also subscribe to my channel and enjoy the subsequent teachings on wisdom of serpents. In our next episode, I will teach you how to become a master maneuverer. Thank you for watching Exegesis.